Good evening. Thanks for joining tonight. Should be a really fun stream. Looking forward to it. We'll get started here in just a minute. All-Star tells me it's 7 p.m. Good evening. The time is 7 p.m. Okay, we're going to transition right there. What's up, folks? Thank you for joining tonight. This is the first official Ask Me Anything live stream, an AMA live stream. I've done this 3 times before on a whim, just like, my guest canceled on me, or the part that I ordered's not here, or I'm not ready to do this one thing on live stream yet that I wanted to do. So let's just do an AMA. And I've done that 3 times on a whim, not planned, and all of them, you guys have given me some excellent feedback about all of those. So thank you for doing that. We're going to start doing this on a monthly basis, and I'm excited to invite Shane with us tonight. I'm going to bring him on here in just a minute. Special shout out to all the folks in green text in the chat, YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I see Freddie Mac out there, Ham Radio Crusader. I see Skeeter Porker, Whiskey Victor 8 Tango. Thanks for being here, buddy. I see Boots K9IED. That's kind of a cool call sign. Arthur's in there. I saw you had a question earlier, Arthur, so we'll get to that here in a minute. KQ4HXQ is in there. I saw Andy, AA0AM, so appreciate you guys being out there. There's Chrissy, N6KV, and N5SKT as well. So thank you for being out there tonight, guys. So those of you who've been watching us for a while, there was a clicking down there a minute ago. I hope my computer doesn't crash. Now I think it's a bug or something. Anyway, those of you who've been watching us for a while, you might remember we used to do a weekly thing for Monday Night Ham Radio, and we kind of slacked off on that for a while, but we're going to kick it off again, and it's just going to be like a one-time thing right now. We're going to kick this off tomorrow and see how it goes. Here is the link to the playlist. It's going to kick off roughly about just before 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time tomorrow, which, if I can math real quick, that's about 2000 UTC. No, that's not right. 2100 UTC. It's about 2100, just before 2100 UTC. So, link is in the chat. You guys make plans to go out there and watch us. We've got a good lineup tomorrow. We got about 12 videos lined up for you tomorrow. Several premieres, and then it ends tomorrow night with Steve T.O. going live for his ham nuggets that he does every Monday. He goes live at 6:30, and then Kyle has a CW stream about an hour and a half after that. So those two are going to close us out tomorrow night, and should be a fun stream. Those of you who saw my emails from the last week or so, this battery box at Gigaparts is still on sale for $79. They are going to turn this off tomorrow morning. Okay, so just a heads up, FYI, they're going to turn this off tomorrow morning. It's going to go back up to $94, $95, wherever it is in there. And you'll still be able to get the 5% discount with my coupon code of KC5HWB, which takes 5% off of the $79 price, or 5% off of the normal price. So you can save an extra $15 if you go grab one of those now before tomorrow morning, if you haven't done that yet. So yeah, do that real quick, and I will share that link in the chat as well. There we go. One other thing, I finally spun up my new giveaway email list, and I'll get that link here in a second. So we're going to be giving away, back when Callum did his Easter sale, I guess it was that was April, whenever that was. I don't know what month it is. It doesn't seem like July, guys. We're almost halfway through July. It doesn't seem like it. So back in April, when Callum did his Easter sale, I bought 2 of his D-Expedition Expedition antennas for the purposes of giving away. So we're going to give 2 of those away, 2 different winners, 1 antenna to 2 different winners. And I just recently, just last week, got 2 brand new Oshang Waxon KG-UV9 Papa X-Ray Better Safe radios from bettersaferadio.com. Pre-programmed, the whole 9 yards. And he's donating 1 of those to me every month this year for a giveaway. So we're going to give away 2 of those Oshang radios, 1 to 2 different winners, and 2 DX Commander antennas, 1 to 2 different winners. So it'll be 4 winners total. And I'll probably add some more stuff in between here and there, between now and the time. I haven't set an actual live stream date for the giveaway yet. It's going to be sometime either late this month or early August. So I don't know. I've got some plans in early August that are kind of up in the air right now. I got to figure out what I'm doing with that, and then we'll go from there. So those are the announcements for tonight. I appreciate you guys being here once more, and should be a really good show. I'm going to bring in Shane real quick because I'm gonna turn off Frank and then bring in Shane. I'm gonna put it like that. So, what's up, buddy?
Man, how are you?
Oh man, I'm hanging in there. So what's going on? That's quite a background you got there, man.
You like that?
I do like it, and it's not a green.
It's not. No, this is built-in software from NVIDIA Broadcast.
Okay.
And this is their screen replacement, because if you're in a small apartment like me, live streaming is a pain in the tail.
Uh-huh.
So this is actually their background replacement system, and you can look between my headphones. It does a pretty dadgum good job.
Better than Zoom.
Like you would think that there was a green screen back there, but there's not. But I do want to make sure that I give photo credit. So this is actually a Minnesota Ham's shack. I can't remember his call sign. It's LWC, I think. But this is his shack. He's got a great setup. But
oh my gosh, I didn't know that's where you're going with that.
I don't even get to say hi.
He is. Hold on, Frank. He was doing that same thing today that he did.
Yeah.
Field day weekend.
Oh yeah.
I saw after as like streamed 42 minutes ago or something like that. I was like, well, okay. All right. I didn't watch him. I would have watched him if I'd seen it, but I didn't. I caught it after the fact.
Well, he has Ham Shack hotline too. So if anyone wants to ring him up during those live streams.
Well, and he calls his, and I think I was the first one to use it, but I didn't invent. Maybe I did. I don't know. He calls his live stream live from the Ham Shack, and
don't you have a website called that?
Yes, I've been using that for like 8 years now. It's not copyrighted. Live and Ham Shack. I certainly didn't invent the term Ham Shack. I don't care if he uses live from the Ham Shack. It's okay. Right. But at least answer me when I call you on the radio, bro. So, shout out to TC Fitz, $10 for the super chat. Happy Sunday. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Chrissy, super chat $2. Jason, why would you add Shane on LOL? A very good question. Yeah, Izzo said something like that a minute ago as well. So
you have no idea what you're in for.
How do y'all? Quick shout out.
What's up, Frank? Go ahead.
Discord. Send me a message in Discord. I'm ready to chat with you. We need to get a date. Discord. But other than that, thank you for having me on. I will be in the background tonight. So if you have any questions for Shane or Jason, I will be taking them down and interjecting them when appropriate. Or at the very end, we'll do a quick lightning round, and that's about it. But I just finished my stream. We did an AMA where I did a whole channel update. There was 16 different bullet points we ran through, and I'm very, very glad that I wrote down 16. I've been telling
fill an hour.
Well, I've been telling Scott, I was like, Shane did a great way of telling me, slow down, Frank. I know you're hopped up on energy and you hit stuff and you talk fast. You just need to pace.
Someone was in this chat, and I didn't see who it was, but they said that you're probably going to be hammered by the time you get done with your stream. So I only assume that you were taking shots of that mango habanero crap.
And at the very beginning, as soon as you put me on camera, I grabbed the Run Whiskey tumbler. And,
okay, all right.
Yeah. I did 3 of those, and
okay.
I am good. It's not a New Year's stream. It's not in New Year's.
It's not a New Year's stream. No.
Or happy hour stream.
Good. Yeah.
Or
Or happy
hour.
hour.
But again, I'm watching for the questions in the background, and
cool.
I'm here to support y'all.
Thanks, Frank.
You're the best.
Appreciate
Frank.
that.
Yep.
So, okay, Boots, K9IED, thank you for the $10 super chat. He says, appreciate you all more than you know. Well, we enjoy hearing that. So we appreciate you guys, too. It is definitely a symbiotic relationship here.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we really appreciate you guys being in the chat and commenting on the videos and everything. And Ham Fun, happy Sunday evening. Keep up the great work, Jason. Thank you for the super chat as well. All right, so I got a couple of questions that came in earlier, and I'm going to highlight those right now. So if you type the word question in your comment, it will highlight it for me in my plugin that I have, and I'll be able to see it a little bit. Well, Frank will be able to see it a little bit easier. We'll both be able to see it a little bit easier. So, well, maybe Frank won't see it. I don't know. Frank, I can see it because I got the plugin running. I don't know if
I got the plugin running, and I do have question highlighted. I tried just the question mark itself, but it doesn't like single characters.
It doesn't. Yeah. It's just.
So
I mean,
word
like
question.
The word
works.
Question. Yeah. So and that's there on that plugin by default. I didn't set that up. It's just how it works. I just noticed it one day. I was like, oh, he typed the word question. It highlights it. Cool. So. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Frank.
Oh,
so
real fast. Douglas says, Jason, was Frank always this crazy? Go.
Yes.
Frank's kind of mellowed in his old age, actually.
The decibels have definitely come down in the
Frank
radio.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well,
or I'm just getting deaf.
Well, go watch the first streams me and you did.
Oh,
Frank, get closer to the mic.
Well, that's
true.
Hear you. That's true. But you made mistakes in live streaming and YouTubing. Just like everybody else did.
Everybody does.
I had a couple of years on you when you finally started to join me, so I had done plenty of screw-ups on my own. So, all right. So Arthur W6HER, who is a common participant of my All-Star system on 43136, our All-Star hub that we have running. I'll pull up Supermon here in a second. Top 3 HF capable rigs for a soon-to-be general under 1250-ish. So, I know what I would say for that. Shane, I'd be curious what you'd say for that once you take that.
I have two. One, I've used both of them. One I own because when I upgraded to general, I didn't have an HF radio, so I just started doing all this research. And as the Smoking Ape calls it, you'll get analysis paralysis if you don't pull the trigger and buy something. So I went with the 7300 because I wanted something that I could take to the park, but I also wanted something that was good that I could keep at home. Because if you see some of my pictures that I've got it's sitting on my dining room table with the coax running out, and I've got an end-fed half-wave tossed off the balcony and making HF contacts that way. But you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do, man. Yeah, that's
I would also say the 710 because, and I would almost would put that over the 7300 because the 710 is newer and it's got a better front end as always. You don't have that OVF and any of that stuff that you get on the 7300, which I rarely get because I'm never around that many people.
Yeah,
but I think those two. The third one I wouldn't know. I under that price point, I would look for your expertise on that.
Yeah, he said 1250-ish. So I'm gonna take a little bit of liberal stance, which I'm not very liberal at all. So that's unusual for me.
It is,
but no. And the price fluctuates on it. I remember when Black Friday of 2019, you could get a 7300 brand new in a box, 7300 on Black Friday for like $890, brand new in a box, just under $900, and now they're back up to $10,000, $1,100, something like that. The FTDX 10 is just over 13, I think, so it's a little bit more than you're talking about. It's come down. It was like $1699 when it came out. So it's come down in price, $200 or $300, something like that. I think last I looked, it's around 13. So it's a little bit more than you're talking about. But yeah, 110% agree with Shane about the FT710 AESS. Fantastic radio, about 10 years newer than the ICOM. Better front end for sure.
Yeah.
Some people just. Yeah, and filtering, yeah. Some people just like ICOM and ICOM menus. I still, you know what? When I got my FTDX 10, that's pretty much all I use in the field now. I did not sell my 7300. I still have it, and I have plans for it. I'm going to put it in a Go box. So I'm not getting rid of it, but I haven't used it in a long time either. So 7300 is definitely a good. I would say on top of that, I don't remember the price point on the 991A right now, but the 991A, a lot of people really like that radio as well. It's somewhere in the $1,200 to $1,400 range. I
was about to say it's got to be pretty close.
Yeah.
I've actually considered selling my 7300 and getting a 710 or getting a newer radio, just because I've used Frank's. I used his FTDX10. I believe that's what he had. And then, I've used. I think you had the 7. Did you have the 710 at one? Or was yours the FTDX10 also?
Well, I had both of them. I kept the 10. So Roger from R&L Electronics. Long story short, he had sent me an FTDX10 because a customer had returned one, saying it was defective. Turned out it wasn't defective. He didn't format the SD card correctly. So he sent me one as an open box, and he's like, hey, I'm going to send this to you. You can do a video and send it back to you. I'm like, great, that's fine. He's like, I can't sell it as new anyway. It's already open. Send it to me. I loved it. I'm like, I'm not sending this back to you. Send me a bill, and he did. So he gave me a good discount on it because it was open box. But yeah, same thing on the FT710. He's like, hey, and I told him, I said, when you get this radio in, send me one. I'll pay you for it. And we did an unboxing. We brought John on the show, did that kind of thing. But I ended up giving that one away. So we did a giveaway on that one. It was. I would have liked to have kept it, but I'm like, I probably don't need it. So don't know when I would have used it again. So, but yeah, those are that's really good starting point there, Arthur. So let me get the chat is scrolling by. I need to make sure I don't go too far, get this last question that was asked early on, and then we'll scroll down to the real-time stuff. I know I got some super chats. I'll call those out in a second. KE4RXM. Question, Jason. R&L is a big supporter of yours. Yes, he is. Is R&L Electronics on eBay really them? I see stuff with sketchy descriptions that don't sound like they are written by people who know radio. I don't know. I mean, I would assume they are, but I honestly don't know, man. I would say call the store and ask Roger or somebody that works there. I don't know. Good question. Can't answer that one. I'm sorry. So, yeah, let's see. Thank you for, Jody, VE5 SAR, YouTube channel member for 34 months. Thanks for being out there. Ed, AC3IK, welcome to Amateur Esther. I think he upgraded. Ham Fam, welcome to the YouTube channel membership. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all's support. Shout out to TC Fitz again, who's given another super chat. Or no, that's the one from before. Never mind. Sorry. Well, he's still a shout out. Yeah. Hey, TC Fitz giving super. Always here. Yeah, especially on my stream when I'm not drinking garbage beer, because he's a real sadist on that. Yes. He'll like donate 99 cents, take a drink. Donate 99 cents, take a drink. I'm like, dude, come on.
You're killing me with this.
Try it when you're taking shots, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, we know better, Frank. We don't do that.
Let's get down to the more real time. Smoke Signals RF, thanks, Don, for the super chat. New collared shirt for Tank. Frank, you wearing a collared shirt? I didn't see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he dressed up.
It's an overshirt.
Yes, yeah.
He's got that Molson uniform on.
Yeah, he does. That's true. Glenn Thompson, thank you for the $25 super chat. I appreciate you being out there as well. All right, let's see. Next one, VE5JHN. What do you think of the half-size true G5RV antenna for 40 to 10? You ever used a G5RV, Shane?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm interested, though. I'd like to. I'm wondering if it. So it's I guess it's the scaled down version. So it's what, quarter wave?
So it's like what, 35-ish feet?
Maybe. Go
something like that.
Google that.
I'm not familiar with the half size.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that antenna. To be honest, to be upfront and fair with you, I'm not familiar with the half size true G5RV. G5RV, I think, gets a bad rap sometimes. People are like, yeah, those don't work. But I've used one in Costa Rica, and I like it. I thought it worked well. You hit the tuner, the internal tuner. You don't even need an external tuner. You hit the internal tuner, and you can go where you want to up and down the band. So if that's what you have, you got one strung up, and it's ladder line fed like most G5RVs are, then yeah, go for it. I'm not familiar with this half-sized one.
So it's 51 feet from insulator to insulator. And the ladder line is 16 and a half feet long. That's the half size true G5RV. So it's 51 feet from point to point. And then the ladder line is 16.5.
It's not really half size, but okay.
Yeah, and then there's a 1-to-1. It's either an air choke, which a coiled up piece of coax, or a 1-to-1 ballot.
Okay. You know what? And what's the brand that you're looking at, Shane?
I'm looking at this one is mapleleafcom.com.
I've heard of them. I've never used their antennas, but I believe that's a good outlet.
Yeah.
So good. Okay.
Yeah, 51 feet. You would have to have that's the problem that I always run into with my setup is I just don't have space. 51 feet is not too much. Like I could probably get away with that with putting up a couple tripods to hold it up in the air. I'm not quite sure how high off the ground it needs to be, but
a true 40-meter off center fed is about 66-ish feet. Depending on how you feed it and what you're kind of doing. So 51 feet is definitely less than that. So, I mean, if you're really limited on space, that might work great for you. But I would assume that would probably be a really decent antenna, but I don't want to guarantee that because I've never used one. Yeah. So
it's copper wire and it's got insulators on each end and then it's fed with ladder line. So
good. Yeah, it's fed. Yeah. G5 RVs are generally fed with ladder line. Good. KD9THE had to break the ice on the DX Commander. When are we going to see a DX Commander build video soon? Or are we going to see? So
funny you say that.
Yes. So Shane, did you get yours at the Easter sale?
I did.
Okay. So Shane and Frank each also bought one. Well, no, I think Frank's had his for a while.
You gave me it.
That's right. I forgot about that. Okay. All right. So Frank's had one for a couple years, and Shane bought one at the Easter sale. And I told you guys I bought 2 of them. I actually bought 3 of them at the Easter sale because I did not have an Expedition. The DX Commander that I never built was a classic, not an Expedition. So I actually bought 3 of them on the Easter sale. I'm giving 2 of them away. I'm keeping 1. And the 3 of us are going to get together soon when it's not 105 degrees outside, and we're going to build ours together.
Yes.
So we're good. We don't have a date planned, but we have a plan planned, and that's what we're going to do.
So let's go around the horn. Which one do you have? Well, you have several. Which ones are you going to be building?
Expedition.
I think I do have an Expedition also.
I think that's the one you've got. Yeah.
Shane?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have the Expedition also.
So we'll do an Expedition build.
Expedition build. Yeah. I didn't want the classic. Well, I say that. So when I bought my classic, it was so long ago. I bought my classic, and I bought it from him. I think he gave me a discount, but I bought it from him. He did not send it to me for free, but that was before he had introduced the Expedition. So he didn't even have anything at the time. But I would much rather have one of his antennas that's easier to transport around and set up for POTA. I don't really have any interest in setting one up in the backyard due to all the radios. I think my dogs would eventually tear it up. So yeah, I just don't want to do that. So, but the Expedition is right up my alley because it can be used for portable setup and POTA.
That being said, I'm using the antenna mast on all my POTA innovations now. So you don't need to set it up for the whole XD Commander setup. That mast is amazing. And if you can, just buy the mast. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The mast
and you get it in
great.
like 2 days.
Right.
Yep.
Or 3 days.
That is true. That is true. Ham Fun.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Ham Fun wants to know, are we doing POTA at Montesano State Park again this year on Friday before Huntsville? Should I bring my magic tricks? I don't know what that means, but yes. Yes, we are doing POTA, Montesano.
Bring cigars.
At one of the pavilion, with cigars and everything. Hopefully no rain this time. But yes, we're absolutely going to do that. So you guys meet us in Huntsville in about a month. Be fun. Question from KF4 EOM. What is Yaesu's future answer to the IC705? You know what? I tell you what. Why don't you find out and you tell me, because I have no idea.
They're not divulging any information.
Very tight-lipped about that.
Yeah.
So I think it's telling that they just discontinued the FT818 and now they don't technically have an official in production QRP rig. So I think, I'm just guessing. Seriously, I talked to John. I tried to get him to tell me stuff. He's like, man, I can't tell you. I was like, all right, that's cool.
So this is not speculation.
One of these days, you're going to tell me something, and then I'm going to keep it to myself, and then you're going to have to tell me everything from now on because you know I'm trustworthy. I've told him that before, but he's like, so I honestly don't know what Yaesu has planned, but they have released more radios than anybody out there since the pandemic started, since 2020. A VHF, UHF, HF, everything. They've released more radios than anybody else has. So I suspect we're going to see something soon, but I don't really know. A lot of my suspicion is hope more than anything.
Yeah,
but
fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Overlanding for fun. Why does current lag voltage in inductors? That is over my head. Anybody an electronics engineer? You know I don't have my extra, right? Why does current lag voltage
Me neither.
in inductors?
I bet you'll have an answer to that in about a minute and a half in the
Yeah.
chat. Because SKT's in there.
SKT's in there.
So he's going to
yeah.
be like, this, you dummy.
Yeah.
You should know that.
So somebody who can answer that question, please put it in the chat. I don't know. I don't know. So Wayne's in there. Wayne's one of the instructors of the extra class that's on this channel. If you guys have ever watched any of my extra class videos. How do I get rid of the S8 noise level in my HF receiver 40 to 10 vertical antenna Cushcraft on the chimney? Well, there's a couple things you can do. My suggestion would be to turn your house off.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously. No, seriously.
All the breakers. Yeah, you're
turn
exactly right.
all the breakers off, and then watch your radio and see what your noise floor is, and start turning breakers back on one by one. And when you get the one that makes the needle do this, go find that thing and put some ferrites on it, or if it's a lamp or something you can replace it.
Yeah.
Do it like that. Another good thing that some people do is if you go to Palomar, I think it's Palomar Engineering. I think it's just palomarengineering.com, or just Google it, Palomar Engineering. They make RF filter kits.
Yep.
For specific radios. They make one for the 7300. They make one for the Flex. They make one for several ICOMs, several Yaesus. And it's just ferrites and toroids for all the lines, power lines, USB lines, Coax, everything for your specific radio. And that helps greatly. I have one for my 7300. It's still new in a box because I don't run my 7300 here in the shack. I bought one at one time. I thought I was going to, and I never did. So I bought one from him. But I know other people who run that say that they work really well. So the gentleman who owns Palomar Engineering was the guest speaker at the Friday night Flex Radio dinner at Hamvention a couple months ago. Didn't get to hear that. I went to the Thursday night and heard Nathaniel Frizzell from Hamzai speak. But yeah, the guy from Palomar Engineer, he was the Friday night speaker. So he's got a lot of good things to say. Really smart guy. So yeah, I would check with that. But turn your house off if you can do that. Maybe wait till weekend when your wife is out of town.
Yeah.
Turn your house off and start turning stuff back on one by one, and see what the biggest culprit is.
Why wait? Just go ahead and just do it now.
Just do it now. Spoken like a true single person.
A follow-up to that is if that still doesn't get rid of your noise, it's going to be external. So get a little AM radio, a little handheld AM radio, pull that antenna out and start walking around close to your house and find the noisy power line. That's probably where it's going to come from. And then call the power company and bug the piss out of them until they come and fix it.
Yes, absolutely 100% agree with that. So yeah, very well could be a transformer, power lines, or your neighbor who's got 47 solar panels on their house and didn't wire it correctly, something like that. So it may not be coming from your house. But I think that would be a fun project. I've got an S3 to S6 noise floor in my radio, depending on which day it is. Sometimes it's worse than others and blah, blah. And I've been wanting to do that for a while. I just haven't taken the time to do it. I don't want to do it during the summer because I don't want to turn my air conditioner off and then let it play catch up in the middle of the day. So I might wait till this fall to do something like that. But yeah, we're gonna try something like that.
Well, also talking about solar panels, if you're doing solar panels on your house, research that inverter that they are putting on the house, because those are expensive, especially for a large system like that, and they're not easily exchanged or replaced. You know, some of them have additional wires or kits that you need to have installed. So do your research. Make sure they are a RF clean. And I have a ham radio neighbor who was thinking about solar, and I gave him this tip, and he's like, I did not go with company X, which I was literally about to sign because I did the research, and the inverter they use, hams have complained on it, and that would have been just bad news for everyone in the neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Okay. So N5 SKT is getting down to the absolute 100% important questions tonight. What cigar is everyone smoking? So, nothing.
Sorry.
So I was out. We got some
Can't
new.
smoke here.
We got some new furniture. My wife and I went to Nebraska Furniture Mart last week. She's been off all week because her company's closed this week. They usually close for the 4th of July week. So we went down there. I think it was on Monday. Got some new patio furniture. It was delivered this morning. Set it up. Got everything going. In fact, I've got my TV on the patio tuned into this stream right now. I was like, I'm going to log in here and play my own stream. Nice. But I'm sitting out there and I'm like, it's not terribly hot today. It's very humid.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's 90 degrees right now.
Yeah. It was 84 earlier. Emily was looking at it and she's like, it says 84, 86. And I'm like, well, it's the humidity right now that's killing you. It's not the heat.
Right.
But we got a patio, we got a fan in there. And I'm like, dude, I could run a freaking Ethernet cable. I've got a 100-foot Ethernet cable. I could run it out of the shack, out there, put up a camera, put up my laptop, and we could live stream from the patio. Yep. I think I probably will wait until
85.
The summer's gone. Maybe September-ish. Maybe, well, yeah. I want to do it when it's cold, though. Yeah. But I think this fall sometime I'm going to try to live stream this Sunday night live stream from the patio sometime.
Ralph says, my father's cigar. That's an excellent cigar. Excellent.
I was about to say, I can give you some recommendations. I'm not smoking something tonight. Yeah. I smoked one before I came on stream tonight. I'm a member of the Privada Cigar Club. So I get 3 rare, exclusive, they call them high-end cigars a month. It costs me $24 a month or something like that. And most of them are really, really good. Don't remember the name of this one, and you can't buy it anywhere anyway. He buys them all out of stock and then puts them in his warehouse, and then he sends them out to the members. But it's really a boutique roller. If I was going to suggest a cigar to somebody, I would, if you can find anything by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, the guy that owns that is Steve Saka. And he's got the Sobra Mesa, which is a 7 different kinds of tobacco blend. And he's got the Todos Los Dias. So if you like the ones that are pepper bombs, he's got something that will pretty much cover everything. And if your local cigar shop doesn't carry that, then you could always default back to the Oliva 5 or the Oliva V. The Maduro is my favorite.
Yes, the Oliva V or 5 is a fantastic smoke. Mela, whatever it's called, Melanio, that one that Izzo's always smoking. That one's a fantastic smoke. Yep. So the Todos Los Dias, that's I think you were going to bring me one of those, right, Shane?
I am. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, those sound good.
The peppery. You got my attention with that last time we were on stream together. So
I like the Aromacraft cigars. They're rolled in Austin, Dominican Republic tobacco. And they're very good. I pretty much love a lot of their lineup. Very, very full body cigars. I'm a full body person, especially when you're drinking good whiskey and not bad whiskey.
Drink water. It cleanses your palate.
Oh, yes.
And when you're smoking, it cleanses your palate and you get better flavor out of the, drinking whiskey and scotch with a cigar, obviously.
I have 2 cups for water.
Do that too. But but drink water when you're smoking a cigar. If you don't want to drink alcohol, you're like, well, I don't really, don't drink. You don't feel like you have to drink whiskey. Right. With a cigar.
But drink that's how I like mine paired.
I totally agree with that. But I just don't want people to think that they have to drink whiskey to get the real cigar experience. Most cigar lovers will tell you, no, drink water because it cleanses your palate and you get better flavors out of the cigar. So this is some real cigar snobs. But those guys know what they're talking about too.
I usually have that bubbly water when I'm out on the patio.
Oh yeah,
I use good. The bubbly water.
Sure,
Topo Chica.
Topo Chica, yeah.
Topo Chica with lime. To get us back on track before I disappear here, a question from Brian. I am a new technician using a G90 and a 100 watt amplifier. I'm doing only 10 meters because of his license at the moment. If I can only have one antenna, what it should be for POTA and mobile, and go.
You can't. POTA and mobile?
You could do a baby Tar Heel or something. Keep it mounted to the vehicle.
Yeah, I guess you could do like a screwdriver antenna, and you could use it on POTA as well.
Yeah.
It depends on what he means by POTA and mobile.
Yeah.
So are you always wanting to use your antenna when it's mounted to the car?
Or it could be mobile, as in he's doing it over here and over here. He wants something that's
portable.
Let's try with the word portable. Because with the technician license, mobile is kind of hard.
Pac-10 end-fed half-wave.
Yep, all day long.
And when you can't find them in stock, because you're not going to find them in stock, the Cartena end-fed half-wave is good.
Mm-hmm.
The KM4ACK end-fed half-wave is good. The SparkPlugGear.com end-fed half-wave is good. And that new Tufton antenna that I built a while back, which is right here.
And that one.
And the K6, well, again, if you can find those in stock.
Yeah.
The Pac-10 and the K6ARK are solid antennas if you can find them in stock.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cartena, the KM4ACK, the Tufton, however you say that again, and the Sparkplug gear, those you can generally find those in stock.
I would also say if you're looking at budget too, you can go get a couple hams. You could use a Hamstick.
Yes.
Just leave it, put a magnet on the top of your car, roll out 50 foot of coax, sit on the bench, and you're good to go.
That's a great. I didn't even think about that. It's a great idea, Shane. Yeah, absolutely.
Jody
and people set up hamsticks on tripods and use them on POTA.
Yep.
It's not the most efficient antenna, but it does work. Yeah.
How about something for that drive-on mount that you have? Because you can just put a big mast in that drive-on mount too.
Mm-hmm. But just any wire antenna would work for that.
Still, you can't really the Pac-10 Mini end-fed half-wave. And if you go to Pac-10, if you get on their groups.io, you'll know when they're going to be in stock. He always posts it. And if you get in there within a half hour or so, you can get one. I've got one. And I bought it that way. I went to, and I'll try to find the link to his groups.io, but, and he'll post when they're online. But that thing, you can just attach the wire to the end of your telescopic mast, go make a vertical out of it, attach a coax, and hit the ball running.
I think Don got the correct answer on this one. Hamstick 10 meters. If you're just focused on 10 meters, hamstick, and then you could do a mobile mount also. That mobile mount will also work in parks.
Yeah.
So we need to. I want to try to stay on track and not spend too much time on one question because I appreciate y'all's questions. I really do, but I want to try to get to as many as we can. So let's move on here. Great question, Don. Probably the most important question asked tonight is what cigars everybody's smoking. David, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for all you do. A lot of work goes into these. Yes, a lot of work, but it's fun work too. So don't kid yourself. Myron, new question, new video for the general question pool. Yes, I will be planning that. So that leads me into something. So in a week and a half, a week from this coming Thursday, Chris, KD5HWB from the Hearst Amateur Radio Club, he's the gentleman who did the technician live stream on my channel during COVID. When everything was shut down, we got together and we were like, hey, let's do a live stream. Because they do a class twice a year for technician and for general at the Hearst Club. Hearst, Texas, if you know where that is, in mid-cities, halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth. They do a free live class. You come to their EOC and they do a class. They've canceled it a few times due to lack of signups, but if you guys got a group of people, like three or four people or more, they'll do a class for you. You just got to wait for them to come another one around.
Yeah.
But we did a live stream together, and that's probably one of the most viewed videos on my channel. So Chris and I are getting together. I've been trying to get him on this. He's been busy. He's had a new baby last year, and I think it was last year. And he was busy with work, and that's kind of subsided. And,
Another one?
Well, it was that one. Maybe it was 2 years ago. It was that latest one. I mean, I'm sorry. You have a kid, and your hands are kind of tied for like 16 years. Okay, you know, yeah. It's not like, oh, he's 2 now. We send him off to college. You know, come on. So, but no, so we're doing a live stream for the technician pool, which updated last year. In a week and a half, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday morning, which is what we did last time. So that's going to happen. More to come on that. I was talking to Chris about it earlier today. I got to get the live stream links set up. He's all on board, and just want to get the times hammered out. So you guys join the email list, and we'll announce that later. But that'll be replayable on the channel as well. So as soon as the Hearst Club can get the question pool updated for the general stuff, yes, hopefully later this year, maybe this fall, we can get a new general pool going. So yeah, that's absolutely going to be a thing. I've already been talking to them about that. So great question, Myron. Second Amendment Strong. That's a fantastic name, dude. And I think this kid is like 13 or something. So seriously, he said he was like unless he's joking around, he said he was like 13. Taking my test in 2 days. Any advice? Study. Go to, somebody told me AA9PW.com was no longer around.
What is that?
I don't know. AA9PW, Alpha 9, Papa Whiskey. They used to have practice tests on that website. I studied on that website years ago. It's been around for a long time.
What site gives you the free tests?
A lot of them. So AA9PW. You can get free tests on QRZ. You can get free tests on eham.net. And there's probably 2 or 3 others out there as well. But yeah, go take some practice. Go to QRZ. Just go to QRZ. QRZ's good. Go to QRZ.com. Find the free practice exams. Keep taking practice exams until you consistently get 80, at least over 80, preferably over 85. And go take your test, dude. Just do it.
So what I used when I went from technician to general was hamstudy.org.
That's enough.
That's the one I was trying to think of.
Love that their program, the way it doesn't just feed you questions. It actually learns what you're learning and will give you more questions on topics that you're struggling in, and it will take out some of the questions that you're good at,
that you're acing,
and then it will show you in study mode. It will show you how much of each one of the question subject matters, how much of that you've covered. And once you've covered all of them, and then go take some practice tests and make 90-95 on the practice test. I made a 100 on my general. I got a perfect score on it, and that's all I used was hamstudy.org.
That's awesome.
Great.
My recommendation is, I just want to chime in on this one.
Go ahead.
Understand the theory. For me, if I understand the theory, I can knock out any practical question. So once I understand how to use the formulas, and these are easy formulas. Once you understand the formulas, once you understand the theory, like how Chris teaches our classes that you have posted on your website, he will explain the theory, and then you can apply that to all the questions. So you don't have to memorize it, or it's just, if you understand the theory, you can apply it pretty easily to the answer. That's my 2 cents.
Agreed.
I learn differently. I just memorize questions.
Hey, to each their own.
Everybody learns differently.
Absolutely.
Everybody learns differently. It doesn't matter how you learn it. Just learn it and go do it.
Yeah. Get your ticket.
Doesn't matter. Yes.
Then you're going to learn a lot.
Yeah. So RF Field Tech says, Shane, what is a good game to start? I don't know what he's talking about.
Probably because I stream on Twitch every now and then. So I just finished the new Star Wars Jedi.
Oh, I saw that. I keep seeing commercials for that.
It's fantastic.
Is it really?
Yeah. So I finished the main story, but there's so much. It's semi-open world, so you can go and explore all the different planets, and you can go. There's so many side missions to do. But if you're looking for something that's fun, that new Jedi Survivor is fantastic.
Jedi Survivor. Yeah, that looked. Is it an MMA?
It's more like RPG. I think.
Okay.
And then it's got you have the free world, like everything opens up after you've finished the storyline, and there's so much of each different planet you can go back and explore that you've got the whole, it took me, because I don't play that often. I think it took me about 4 or 5 weeks to finish the game. And then I still probably have another month or 2 of side quests to go finish. It's that immersive. Nice. And it's Star Wars, man. Who doesn't like Star Wars?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's Star Trek.
I was always a big World of Warcraft fan, but I always wish they would make a Star Wars MMA that was as deep as what the Blizzard Warcraft stuff was. But anyway, all right. Pike Weather Radio. My 20-meter hamstick on my truck is over 2.1 for the phone portion. 10, 15, 40 is all about 1.5 to 1. 75 is good. Any help or tips? Okay, so first of all, I assume you're talking about multiple hamsticks, because hamsticks are single band. Okay, so what your 10, 15, 40, and 75 meter is at is irrelevant, because your 20 meter is the one you're having trouble with. Okay, so where is the dip? If it's 2.1 to 1 on the phone portion, is it lower 1.5 or 1.1 to 1 on the, say, the CW or digital portion of the band? Or is it lower up around, you're talking about 20 meters, so is it lower up around like 15 megahertz? Because if it's lower on the lower portion of the band, it's too long. You need to shorten it to get it down to the phone portion of the band. If it's lower on at 15 megahertz, then it's too. Did I say that right?
If it's too low, shorten it. Yeah. If it's too high, lengthen it.
Correct. Yes, correct. So
but there's a caveat to that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
If you lower the top of that hamstick, if you lower that too far, that it will stick down into the coil, and that will throw off your measurement. You actually have to cut the end of that, the bottom end of that the tunable tip. Cut that so that it's not. And I think it only needs to be like an inch or two down into that where that coil's at, and the top, and you'll start getting some wacky readings. So just
make sure it's not touching the bottom. It doesn't need to touch the bottom. So your longer antennas are for your lower bands. Like 80 meters requires a longer antenna than 40 meters, a longer antenna than 20 meters. So if your dip is on a lower frequency, like closer to, say, 30 meters, 10 megahertz, then it's too long. If your dip is on a closer to the higher frequencies, say 15 meters, then it's too short. So you need to figure out where that dip is and move your antenna either up or down to get that dip in the phone portion of the band. So, honestly, for a hamstick, so a hamstick's on your truck. What radio, and do you have a tuner? Because, quite frankly, go park somewhere else. It probably will change. So, I mean, like mobile antennas are so finicky. You've got to, it might be great if you're sitting on the beach near the salt water. And then if you drive up to the mountains, it might be 3 to 1, and you haven't changed anything. It's temperature, it's altitude, it's atmosphere, it's ground soil composition, it's what you're parked on top of, that kind of thing. So,
well, we learned that when we did that roving POTA, because my hamstick, which was tuned for another vehicle, when I put it on the vehicle that we were in, the tuning was way off. So you just got to tune it and keep it on whatever you're going to use it on.
Right. Correct. Okay, so Boots, set up tower, house hall on property. What would be the best setup operating flex radio tuner amp, considering DX Engineer rotor and micro ham Arco advanced rotor control? I say this with all sincerity, as tall as you can make it.
Or comfortable with.
Yeah. As tall as you can comfortably and structurally soundly build that tower. If you can do 150 feet, by all means, freaking do it. But if you can only do 20 or 30 or 40 feet, do that. So get it over the top of your house, and preferably the top of your trees.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, then set it up anyway and go for it, because you're still going to be fine. But if I don't know what your budget is, and I'm not asking what your budget is. I don't want to know. But if I had unlimited means, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd go build a 1,500-foot tower at my property at my deer lease, about an hour and a half that way, and we'd put some antennas on that sucker.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Trust me, that would be a thing. So yeah, as tall as you're comfortable in making it is my answer to your question. David says, I have an Impasse 2. Use it with the ground spike as a vertical. Yep, good setup. Works great, but do I really need radials with a ground spike? Not sure if it makes a difference looking at FT8 propagation. Radials, no, but you need the one counterpoise.
At least one, yeah.
You need the one counterpoise.
It's the other half of your antenna.
Correct. So, yeah, especially for a vertical. I've run that Impasse vertical 17-foot telescoping whip and a single one counterpoise multiple times on POTA. Works excellent at the beach in Galveston. Great antenna. So yes, you only really need one, but you do need the one. You want to put 3 or 4 down? It's not going to hurt anything. You're just going to get better, lower impedance or better SWR, but you don't really only need one. So just run the one, you'll be good. RF Field Tech, what is the best way to repurpose an old Wi-Fi router? Donate it to Goodwill. I don't know.
Can you do Arden with it?
Arden depends on the Wi-Fi.
Depends on the router. Yeah, I don't know. some of those older routers are low on memory, and they won't take all the Arden apps that you can put on them. So kind of depends on what you want to do. Okay, Brian, I'm a technician and using the... Oh, that's the one you already read, Frank. Okay, good. That was good. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. Bob.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm a new ham. Can you please explain what you mean by front end of the radio? So, Shane, you're on that side of this side of the radio. Why don't you take that one?
So your front end is your receiver and your receive sensitivity. So if you have a good front end, that means your radio is going to hear lots of things. If you have a bad front ender that's easily driven, like the 7300, if you get too close to another station operating, regardless of what band you're on, it will overload the front end of that radio. So you'll still be able to hear your signal, but the radio is automatically going to cut that thing down because it's desensing the receiver sensitivity in there.
Yes.
So you always want to find a radio that has most radios have great transmitters. The receiver is what sells most people on the radio. Right. How good is that receiver and how good is the filtering on it?
Yep. So when we go to Costa Rica, we always hear these stations in South America, somewhere, South America, and they're calling CQDX. And a lot of the times you can go back to them and they'll hear you. But the ones that are really poor operators, in my opinion, are the ones that are pumping out 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 watts, and they can't hear the 150 watt stations coming back to them. Yeah. And I'm like, what is the purpose of transmitting that power if you can't hear people when they call you back?
Exactly.
If all you want to do is work kilowatt stations, then you can say that. Say CQDX for a kilowatt station. You know, people call CQQRP all the time. Why not call CQDX 1 kilowatt?
Yep.
So, yeah. So your receiver is actually the more important piece of your radio, and that's what
your antenna.
Shane is correct, and yes, and your antenna. Yeah.
Because you can have the best receiver in the world, but if your antenna's crap, you're not going to hear anything.
Correct. Yes. Very true. Philip wants to know what radios I use in my shack. Mostly I use my Flex, which is right there in the corner. And I have an IC7700 behind me that I actually made several contacts on the 13 Colonies event last week. I'm pumping about 150 watts out of that thing. So I need to upgrade my antenna setup in the shack.
How many of the 13 Colonies did you get?
I got like 7 or 8 of them, something like that. I worked them that one day, and I never went back to it. I had a really busy week. Emily was off work all week, so we were doing stuff together. We went and saw the new Indiana Jones movie.
Oh,
yes. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Great
really
movie.
Saw it in IMAX.
So, oh yeah, see, that seeing it in IMAX would be fun.
I got about 4 stations. Actually, I think I got 5. 3 digital, 2 voice.
Okay. Yeah, I never tried any FT8. I should have, but I didn't. So
FT8 King over here didn't do FT8. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yep. That's how it is. Yeah. Okay, James. Thank you for bringing that up. That's a great question. So next weekend.
Oops. Go ahead.
Is it next weekend? Hold on. What's today?
Today is the 9th.
Sunday.
Next weekend, the 15th and 16th, is the July Support Your Parks weekend.
Oh. But they have it every weekend?
No, they have it every 3 months.
Every quarter.
April, July, October, and January. So it's been 3 freaking months since we did that, Frank.
Jesus.
Yeah.
3 months? We were
just 3 months, man. I know.
Roberts.
It seems like 3 weeks ago we were at Ray. No, we weren't at Ray Roberts. We were at Cedar Hill. That was Belton weekend. It just fell in the same weekend in last April.
I thought Ray Roberts was also Support Your Park.
No, that was the plaque event. That was a new thing.
There it is.
That's a new one.
Yeah, the plaque event was only last month.
So it's the third full weekend of January, April, July, and October. The third full weekend. It's not a number date. It's just the third full weekend.
Right. So I have no plans this coming weekend. Well, let me rephrase that. I have no POTA plans this coming weekend. And I often get, I don't want to invite myself places, but I often get invitations to come out to these local clubs around DFW. So if a local club around DFW is doing something for the Support Your Parks weekend, next weekend, shoot me an email.
Yeah.
I might come out there and join you for a few hours.
I got plans.
What are you going to do, Frank?
I am on a boat.
Oh, you're going on your cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll be gone.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I had tentative plans to be out of town next weekend, so I never planned anything for Support Your Parks. I will not be out of town next weekend. I will be here. I'll be here for the whole month of July. So I never really planned anything. So yeah, I would love to come and join someone for whatever you're doing around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I don't even mind driving a couple hours, so it's
you
fine.
got Cedar Hill. You got the there's a place over there up in Richardson. And then you got Lake Ray Roberts, and then your Grasslands. That is the 4
we
parks
have a ton
in our
around
area.
here. We have a ton around here.
Oh, there's more than that. There's Mineral Wells State Park out in.
Well, I'm just quoting within an hour.
Yeah. Well,
an hour's drive. Those are our 4.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But I'd be willing. Bonham has a state park I've never activated. I'd like to go out there. Lake Texoma State Park is beautiful, absolutely beautiful park.
You can do a great POTA rove around the entire lake. I think if you go around the whole lake, I think there's 10, 15 parks total.
Something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Something like that. So, yeah, y'all let me know because I have no plans next weekend. Okay. Does an Epic Power Gate support pass-through charging? This would allow full power from a solar panel to charge a battery and supply the excess power to the output terminals. I do not know. I do not own an Epic Power Gate. I am familiar with what you're talking about. They are fantastic pieces of kit, but I don't own one. So I've never used it in that capacity. When does the firmware come out for the new FTM 500? That's a good question. That'd be a question for Yaesu, buddy. Sorry, Mark. I don't know the I don't owe you. I don't know what the answer to that is. Keep checking Yaesu's website. Hit up John on Facebook.
Yeah.
And ask him about it. And you can tell him I told you to do that. We get a nasty note from him.
So you get a nasty email.
200 people. 200
son
people.
of a...
Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys shouldn't announce that a little bit more often. I don't know.
Exactly.
Just an idea. TC Fitz, buddy. Thank you for the other $10 super chat. I owe you another one for the second shout out. Great to have you in the chat again. Evan, thank you for the $10 super chat. I'm surprised you didn't mention anything about Bean. Okay, so hey, you know what? That's a good. Thank you, Evan, for bringing that up. So
are those beans or bean?
Bean, the lady who passed away, went silent key. So she was a member of the clubhouse, right, Shane?
Yes.
Okay, so I must admit, I sort of know who you guys are talking about, but I didn't really know her.
Yeah.
So Shane, why don't you take that one real quick?
Yeah. So Bean was an operator. Her and her husband Ant. They were huge in POTA as well as doing satellites. She was on, I believe, the 35th episode of the Ham Radio Clubhouse that we do. Just an all-around fantastic person. Mm-hmm. Always enjoyed to speak with. She had some health issues, but regardless, she was always out there. There's some. Her husband put up a POTA outtakes video of just some of the funny antics that she did while out there. But absolutely, the clubhouse has got some stuff in the works that we're going to do in memory of her. She was like absolutely. Okay. Her call sign escapes me right now, but yeah, she was just a great operator, a champion for POTA, a champion for working satellites. She did a live satellite contact while we were doing the clubhouse stream, which was really cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
She has like this computerized rotator thing that tracks the satellites as they go by. So she did a live contact with us while we were on the air, which she's just like I said, fantastic person. She sent some free t-shirts out to people. I've got one here. I'm going to probably wear it for the next couple of weeks on the show in her honor, but she's just absolutely fantastic person.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, we were sorry to hear about that. I saw that post, and I guess it was Joe Brett's Discord.
Yeah.
I saw that post first in, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I didn't really know her that well, but I know who you guys are talking about. So
hey, Hackett and Hammond's got it. It's Kilo Charlie 1 Mike Echo Bravo. So check your POTA logs. I bet you you've worked her. She's absolute fantastic. I think I've got her in my log 5 or 6 times.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. And thank you, Evan, for the super chat and for mentioning that, for reminding me. AF3N. I hit the counterpoise on my MCOM 3 antenna with the lawnmower. Is that a problem? Maybe it'll transmit better. I don't know. I would say that's a problem. Put it on the meter, man. Get your analyzer out, put it on the analyzer, see what it says.
Yeah.
I would think that, if you're going to shorten a counterpoise, it's going to be a problem. most likely. So put it on the analyzer. If you don't have an analyzer, go get a Reg Expert from Gigaparts. Save 5%. KC5HWB. So we are about so seriously, I can't tell you guys what it is yet, but we are about to have a kick-ass deal on some Rig Experts analyzers that were huge overstocks made by, because those of you who don't know, Rig Experts in Ukraine, so when all this mess with Russia started a couple years ago, they started just churning out stuff because they're like, we don't know if we're going to be shut down, have to move to what. So now they've got like this plethora of this one model of analyzer, and Gigaparts has plethora. El Guapo, what is a plethora?
Plethora.
So now they've got this huge amount of analyzers, and Gigaparts has stepped up and said, okay, we can try to move these for you. And I got a call from them about a week ago, and they're like, hey, we want to do a big push for these. And I'm like, great, let's do it. So there's going to be.
I'd love to upgrade to the Stick Pro.
It's not going to be one of the sticks, unfortunately.
Oh,
it's not going to be
the whole
one of the
community
sticks.
groans.
Yeah, it's going to be one of their really good. I mean, all their analyzers are good. It's not going to be one of their. It's not going to be one of their big, pricey AA2000s. It's going to be one of the lower end ones. It'll cover all of HF. So, but yeah, big push for that upcoming. Might even purchase a couple myself from Gigaparts to do some giveaways with that stuff. So y'all be watching for that. Digital Dreamer, aloha and mahalo, my friend. How do you feel about telescopic antennas mounted on a ground spike with ground radios for 10 to 160? Those would be some hell of radios for 160, my friend. I think they're fine. I'm not huge. I'm going to contradict myself. I'm not huge on vertical antennas, but the vertical antennas I've used on POTA have worked fantastic. The TN07 SFP102 was the first antenna I ever used on POTA.
Wolf River Coil?
Wolf River. I've never used a Wolf River Coil, but those are good too.
Yeah.
The Impasse 2.0 with the 17-foot whip, great antenna. Telescoping antennas mounted on a ground spike. I assume you mean like a telescoping whip, like the Impasse whip or the MFJ whip, which is the same thing, really.
Yeah.
Those work great. And in fact, the Impasse 2.0 has a ground spike with the telescoping whip. And I have activated Galveston Island State Park with that numerous times. No, I think they work great. And again, I don't use radials. I use counterpoise. One.
Yeah.
Counterpoise.
The one that I use, I've got six radials that are 16.5 feet long.
Oh, is that super antenna?
No, it's the little G Gable. The one I had at a field day, but
you had it was so
dadgum hot that I just
it's
like I'm not going to tune another antenna.
Right.
I spent 3 hours tuning one already.
I'm looking forward to that video tomorrow. I want to see what you put in there.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, vertical antennas are great, man. All right, so let me scroll down. I know I'm missing a lot of the chat. Thank you, Anime, for sharing the link to Palomar Engineers. There's N8YO's in the chat. What's up, Mike? Let's see. Hey, John, how are you? John Nagel, W5EXJ's in the chat. He is one of the gentlemen that goes to Costa Rica with us when we go to Costa. I didn't go last year. Nobody. I don't think anybody went last year. But we were talking all of those guys were at Hamvention, including Chris from Buddy Pool, and like, we need to get back down to Costa Rica, boys.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I love Costa Rica.
It is fun. Okay, Brian, I'm a technician and using my new G90 with 100 watt. Was that the same question?
Yeah, you've answered that. He asked it twice.
He asked it twice. Okay. Good. Jason, question: have you seen Mike? There's only about 65 people on ham radio named Mike, so you're going to have to specify which one you're talking about. I don't know.
He did a Friday night stream, but it was only for 1 hour. So.
Right. Yeah, K8MRD, I assume you're talking about. So, okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Prep him, Paul. The AA55 is the one we're gonna have a kick-ass deal on coming up in a few weeks. Heard it here first. So, yeah. So it'll cover all of HF in 6 meters. So, yep, that's the one. That's the one. All the mics.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the questions, boys. So
I have a couple here that might be fun.
Okay. Go ahead, Frank.
We are almost 1 hour into our live stream, and then N8YO at the top says, "All right, we're getting ready for a 9-hour live stream, right?"
No.
No,
I have to work tomorrow.
I don't.
I know,
yeah,
right?
yeah. We don't do that sort of thing over here.
Swamp Fox asks, I haven't been active for 15 years. I can copy CW at 8 to 5 words a minute, but I am rusty. What would you recommend to help to get up to speed for POTA and SOTA, CW Academy, Long Island, CW Club, etc.?
Yes.
All of those.
The answer, Mike, to your question is yes. CW Academy I have personally used and got some really good value out of them. Everybody who I know who knows CW says very high marks for Long Island CW Club. I have not personally used them, but I trust the people that have told me that they are great. So yeah, either one of those is going to be a good choice for you. Absolutely.
I like this comment from early in the stream. Take radio is only good for the starting bonfires. Are we butted? Saying Mike is 10 times better.
All right.
Yep. And question or comment from Miss K5YVY. She was in the chat earlier today.
Was she?
Yes.
Okay, I missed her.
Will there be, that's why I'm here, will there be peanut butter whiskey at the Hamfest, and Shane can take us up on a hot air balloon ride? Question mark.
I don't have the license yet, so I could find someone locally that could do it. As far as the peanut butter whiskey, I hope not, because that's nasty.
Dude,
sorry, no.
Tore it up
it
again.
Is absolutely not nasty.
It's gross.
It's freaking good, man.
I'm going to agree with Shane on this one.
Yeah.
It's way too sweet.
You drink mango habanero whiskey, Frank. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You drink pickle beer for your super chats.
Yeah, but I admit that that's nasty.
And he admits when he's wrong.
This is gross. What do you got up there, Jason?
So K5YVY, Joe Brett. Y'all best acknowledge Miss YVY's question, or I'm gonna deal with the mad lady tonight.
Just done. You're welcome.
We got you, buddy.
Hey, you know what?
So, if no one brings peanut butter whiskey, I will bring some.
I won't be mad at all.
Everybody,
if nobody brings it, I won't be mad.
Yeah.
Let's just say everyone on this stream hasn't been pulled off by their other.
That is very true. And that was 10 cup, not peanut butter whiskey.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I remember that stream.
Yeah.
This guy needs to go to bed.
That's
We're gonna
right.
turn off the cameras because I'm gonna take him to bed.
Oh, it was great. One of these days I need to go back to the archives and pull out all the funny moments that's happened on that show.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you'll be like editing that for millennia.
Yeah.
They are great.
So Charlie, Red Summit RF is in the house. Welcome, Charlie. Thanks for being here tonight. Charlie's a fantastic CW operator. For those who don't know. CW number one rule, you do you. So I think what he means by that is figure out a way to learn and that's best for you and do that.
And also respect the other operator. If they ask you to slow down, please slow down. Help them get better acquainted and oriented and doing it. And if you say, no, I'm not going to slow down, you're leaving a sour taste in their mouth and there will be no one else to do CW with.
That's right.
And also, Kyle AA0Z does a CW roundtable. I'm not sure what I don't know if it's Monday nights but he does a live stream. So that would be a great place.
It's actually part of our lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the last. It's the last link on our lineup tomorrow. So yes, he does. Yeah. N8YO says peanut butter whiskey is the official sponsor of Montesano State Park. I'm good with that.
I'm gonna get rid of my cabin then. See y'all later.
Yeah.
So here's a real question. K0WAV. Optimal HF antenna site is over 300 feet away. Assuming insertion loss is minimal, could I transition from coax to low loss 450 ohm window line then back? Dude, if you're running 300 feet away, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Looking at a remote station, so you can eliminate that loss.
You're not gonna run coax to a remote station.
You run your radio, then run Ethernet that far, or do a Arduino link or something to eliminate that 350 feet, because that is a lot of loss.
That's a long loss. I would run hardline.
Yeah,
I would run LDF 5. LDF 10, whatever it is, the half-inch hardline. If you can. Okay. LMR 400, Mezzi and Plomi, Ultraflex 10 is good stuff. You use the no, I wouldn't run 450 ohm window line. I don't understand what you're asking there.
I think he's saying, can you go coax to ladder line and then back to coax? Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't
to balance to back to unbalanced.
No,
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that. No, I would run the beefiest coax you can get. Yeah. If you're running 300 foot, run the beefiest coax that you can afford, the absolute drop dead beefiest coax you can afford, including and not up to the biggest hardline you can get.
Yeah,
is what I would do. So Frank, somebody had a question for you.
Me.
Yeah. Well, I was going to let you answer it whether you wanted to or not. Oh, RL. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Is there an advantage to replacing my MFJ 2010 off-center fed dipole inverted V setup at 22 feet with a 130-foot in-fed antenna at 40 feet straight sloper setup? Okay, so what you're going to find when you compare an off-center fed to an in-fed, both of them are great antennas. An off-center fed is going to have a lot less noise than an in-fed will. In-feds are great for portable, quick setups.
Or in an apartment.
Or in a compromised situation. Yeah. I do not run an in-fed at home. They are noisy. Much more noisy than an off-center fed. So I would keep with the off-center fed myself. Mm-hmm. Where did that question go?
I didn't write it down if I saw it. Was it at Taint Radio?
I scrolled. No. It was a question about can you use a radio on a cruise ship?
With the captain's permission, you can.
It wasn't directed towards you, but I was going to let you answer it.
Yeah, with the captain's permission, you can operate on the ham bands. I am going to the Bahamas this go around. I did research in late on what I need to do to operate legitimately from the island. They have a mail-in process, and you got to get a response back. Unfortunately, getting mail to an island, it's not going to happen within a week. So I'm not going to be taking any HF radio.
Well, I mean, we do have these things called airplanes, and that's usually how they get their mail. So,
well, then you got to buy first class mail. But even if you do the overnight shipping, you got to get the response saying, yes, you're approved, and here's your certificate, or blah, blah, blah. And they're not going to do the overnight if I give them overnight. So I'm just going to bite the bullet. I'm going to have the HT. I'm going to listen to some of the marine bands. And when I'm on land, I'll probably call CQ, because we will be in the States, except for the Bahamas stop. Yep. Yep.
That was Brian.
But there's also a group that does a ham radio cruise. So if you're interested in that, they do set up an HF radio on the cruise in international waters. Correct. And let you activate.
I really want to get my wife on one of those, but
I don't see that happening.
You going to be doing ham radio? I'm like, it's literally a ham radio cruise. So the answer is yes.
Red Summit. Frank, I got my license for the Bahamas one day later. What? Really? All right, hit me up in Discord. Let's talk, Red.
Yeah.
Red also had a good question. Slim Jim beef sticks or venison sausage?
Vienna sausage.
Oh, Slim Jims. I hate Vienna.
Slim Jims.
That's Slim Jim. White slimy crap that's on the top of.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Nope.
Yeah. Robert wants to know what we did to piss off Minnesota.
I don't understand the context on that.
I don't think we did anything.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
We had the audacity, we had the unmitigated gall to start a ham radio YouTube channel. and that apparently he has a copyright to. Like no one else can do that but him. That's a big no-no.
Is this something that you need a back channel?
I'm being a little sarcastic, but just a little bit. So I honestly don't know the answer to that question. Seriously.
Is there's a backstory to this? This is totally over my head.
Frank, there's a big one.
Okay.
LWC's in Minnesota.
Yeah. I'm in LWC shack right now.
You should have just sent me that in the back channel. I wouldn't.
No, we talked about that at the beginning of the stream. It's good.
We don't care.
I missed that.
All right.
I missed it.
Okay, so let me make sure I got all these questions.
300 people watching. Holy cow. Yeah. I just happened to look over there.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm nervous.
Yeah. Charlie wants to know, why would you ruin a perfectly good spoon of peanut butter?
I agree.
But Charlie doesn't like alcohol anyway. Charlie doesn't hardly drink ever at all anyway. So he's not a good judge of what's good and what's not good whiskey. So I don't take Charlie's word for that. You want to know what CW key will fit in your pocket? Ask Charlie. Don't ask him about whiskey though. Okay, so Jay Willie, this is a good question, and I'm not going to be able to answer it, but I want to acknowledge it. How do you like I know what you mean, the FX4CR as compared to the G90? I haven't used the FX4CR for sideband yet. I am planning to take that out to a POTA. I want to take it out there and do it. For FT8 is tons better because it's got its own built-in sound card. It's got Bluetooth. It's got Wi-Fi in it, well, it's got Bluetooth, maybe not Wi-Fi, but it's got Bluetooth in it, so you can Bluetooth it to your computer and set up WSJTX accordingly, and you can work it from your computer with Bluetooth and no cables. That's really fun. The G90 doesn't even have a built-in sound card. You need like a DigiRig or something similar to that. So if you're going to do FT8, FX4CR all the way. Smaller, more compact. Both of them require an external battery. Neither one of them have an external battery. So FT8 all the way with the FX4CR. With sideband, I don't know yet. I want to go out and try the FX4CR. I suspect I'm going to like it better than the G90, but I don't want to promise you that because I haven't actually used it yet. But great question. That's a good question. Ken Roberts, you had mentioned a couple weeks ago about getting a club for the people who don't have a good local club for online people. Any more details on that? So what do
you want to say, Jason?
Yeah. So what we did. We've been talking about this for a couple years, and we have been operating for the last, 3 or 4 years, Frank?
More than that. KM5TR.
Maybe it's more than that. So we have
Texas Radio Sport.
So my friend Noel, KF5SLK Noel.
The Noel.
He had the Noel, as in the chat. I haven't seen him in the chat tonight. He is call sign trustee and president, although it's a very loosely fit club. It's basically a defunct club that he took over, and he's like, hey, guys, we can operate under a club call sign if y'all want to. And we're like, great. We have a once-a-year meeting, and that's it. That's all we do. But I really like the call sign of KN5TR. It was Kilo 5, North Texas Radio Sport was the name of the club. So NTR, that's where it came from. But I like the 2x2 call sign. So I was talking to him at Field Day just a few weeks ago, and I was like, hey, we need to get the ball rolling on this club. And he's like, well, do you just want to use the KN5TR call sign? And I'm like, well, yeah, but I thought I asked you that about a couple of years ago, and you didn't want me to use it because of some reason. And he's like, well, I don't remember that conversation, but let's just use it. I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to take that club and turn it into our worldwide radio club that we haven't named yet officially.
That was the name that we wanted.
Yeah.
WW5
it wasn't
RC.
There you go. Jody has a New Tech Radio Club, NTR.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's a great idea. So yes. We talked about it at Field Day. We've put some tentative ideas together. We have not had a meeting since Field Day, so we haven't really started the ball rolling on that yet. But it's going to be a lot less paperwork if we can take this club and just kind of revamp it and keep the same call sign and go from there. So I did ask Noel to create a account for KN5TR on POTA, on the POTA website. I don't know if he ever did that or not. I haven't talked to Noel since Field Day. So because he's official call sign trustee for that call sign. And I think I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna become first president of the club, but I'm going to let him keep the trustee if he wants to. He's either going to keep it or Jason's going to take it. I don't know which one yet. So
as long as an extra has it, that's the
exactly.
Main thing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Noel's an extra, so we're all good there. So, but Yeah. So,
well, Jason was going to take the new call sign. So Noah had the old call sign. You can't have two call signs assigned to you as a trustee. So Jason 1, DX Mini Jason was going to have the newer club call sign, which we never put paperwork into.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So we don't need to do that anymore. So maybe we'll just let Noel keep it, assuming he wants to. Yeah, we would let Noel keep that. Chris is in the house. What's up, buddy? Chris, I don't know if you were watching at the beginning, but we talked about the live stream happening in a week and a half. So Chris Cotter in the chat, he's the one that's going to be he's the one that did teach the live stream for the new technician class in 2020 that we did on this channel.
Not live stream, video.
It was a live stream. It was a live stream.
That people people signed up for.
We did a video for the previous question pool.
Okay.
But we did 3 live streams together, 3 days in a row, 3-hour live stream during COVID when everything was locked down.
Oh, I remember that
summer
now.
of 2020. Yeah. Yeah. It was during the middle of all the lockdowns. And I sent Chris and John, who was the president at the time, I was like, hey, you guys usually have a class in like April. Well, the freaking fire station was closed. We couldn't get into the fire station EOC for like 8 or 9 months. So I was like, let's do a live stream, guys. And that's where that live stream, and that's one of the most watched videos on my channel, like I said. So we're going to do it again in a week and a half with the new technician pool that updated last year. So yeah, Chris, people were asking about the general class, which just updated beginning this month. So I need to get with you and Paul about that. We need to, one thing at a time. We'll get through the technician. But yeah, let's see if we can get something on the books for the general class this fall sometime. It'd be fun.
I just read Dawn's comment.
Let me find it.
I vote Tank Radio for the club's newsletter editor.
Don, you're officially banned from the club.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah, that is great. Brian, it will be on gigaparts.com. And I don't know the start date yet. I have a meeting set up with them this week. We're gonna get on.
Don't email them and ask him yet.
Yeah. So I don't know when they're gonna roll that out, but yeah, Gigaparts is the answer to your question. Let's see. No, not that. What are your dues going to be for the WWFF club? I don't know. I think that we're going to have dues, but I think we're going to have a free option also. The free option gets you access to everything, but it doesn't get you voting privileges. I think. We haven't hammered all that out yet.
I was about to say, that's more details to come.
Yeah. I want to have dues so that we can pay for some stuff, because I would like to set up some all-star repeaters around the country.
And we need a website and some other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'd like to have some dues to pay for some stuff, but I want to have a free option in there also so that nobody's excluded. So yeah, more to come on that later. Good question, Charlie. What is the current discount code for RNL? I don't have a discount code for RNL. That's one of the websites.
But if you go to Gigaparts and enter Tank at checkout, you get 5% off on select items, including some Gridstick experts. I know, Jason, you have a discount code. What is it? KC5HWB or
correct?
Radio 2.
Yes. No, KC5HWB.
But Tank Radio is much more powerful. Yeah, just use Tank. Yeah.
I just recently got the R-Finder stuff added to my page. So, who do we send POTA logs to? Yourself.
No,
you upload them yourself.
Let's take two stances on that. POTA does have a auto log uploader, which is great. Now, the second part of that question I want to address is, if you're a part of a club, the trustee has to upload logs. So We4DX, I did an activation or two for them, but I couldn't upload my logs directly to the website. So I had to email We4DX. I forgot who the trustee is. I'm sorry.
Evan?
And they,
is it Evan or is it? I thought it was that Kentucky Chris guy, but okay.
But I had to email my logs to them. So in our club, Kilo 4, I'm blanking.
KN5TR.
Yes. Whoever our trustee is, then they will have to upload the logs. But POTA should kind of fix that. I don't know how would they do that. I am not going to repeat Digital Dreamers. That's up to you. But yeah. Ooh. So that is the two parts of the question. So if you're part of a club, only one person can upload it, and that's usually the trustee.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, for the club. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I really thank you guys for all the questions tonight. I think we got all of them.
We did grab the majority of them. You went through and got a lot of them that I took notes. I was trying to save some for a fun lightning round, but you kept asking the kind of the fun general questions. But
maybe I'll come up with a lightning round list of questions, and we'll do that next time. But
this is fun. I like it.
These are great streams.
I do too. Yeah, and Shane, thanks for being co-host tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And appreciate you guys joining me and whatnot. So thank you for all the questions as well. Feel free to post if you're watching on Team Replay. Feel free to post questions in the comments. I try to answer all those that I can. So yeah, that's still a thing on there. But we will do it. We'll do this again next month and have a different. You skipped my super hat question. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I thought I got all of them, but there were a couple of sarcastic questions in there. I was like, I'm gonna skip over that because we're limited. We don't have all night.
Right.
I'm gonna try to get all the ones we can in there for Jeff. Thank you for joining Amateur Extra, and Andy Callie's in the house. Thanks for being here, Andy. Appreciate you being a channel member for 39 months. That's awesome. So. But yes, we will do this again next month. I got another guest coming on and going to just kind of go through some different co-hosts and really appreciate guys being willing to do that. So once again, thanks tonight, Shane. Let's see. Yeah, Frank had a good idea, so let's put this back up. We are going to be, for those of you who missed the beginning of the stream, we're going to be doing another Monday Night Ham Radio effort. Have you got that playlist link, Frank?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
It was queued up and ready to go.
Perfect. This will start tomorrow at about just before 4 o'clock p.m. Texas time, which is 2100 UTC, just before that. And we've got 12 videos, including the last two are live streams. 10 premiere videos from 10 different channels, and then 2 live streams at the end of the night. So should be a really fun night of ham radio information.
I'm kind of nervous
overload.
To be kicking that off.
Yeah,
I got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And your thumbnail is the album art for all of us.
That's right.
I see that. That also makes me terrified.
Pressure.
Yeah, pressure. Yeah,
doesn't do well. It's on your head.
Yeah. No. So, but that is that's gonna be tomorrow night. And once again, this Explorer battery box from Gigaparts sale will end tomorrow morning. So if you want to grab one, now is the time. If you haven't done it yet, now is the time. Save an additional 5% with the code of KC5HWB, but that will end tomorrow. They'll probably do the sale again at some point in time, maybe around Huntsville, maybe at Huntsville if you come to Huntsville.
They usually do all their sales they have in the Hamfest also. Echoed
but not on the website though. You got to physically attend the Huntsville
Jason
Hamfest.
Said some of their sales are also.
Some of them will.
So.
Some of them will.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of them will. So
I have a shameless plug before we go.
Okay,
of course.
Yeah, go ahead, Shane. Go ahead.
No, I just want to plug my channel. This side of the radio. Jason said we should always have goals for our channel. Yep. So my goal for this year, for 2023, is 3,500 subscribers. So right now, I think I started this year with around 2,100.
Okay.
And I'm at 2,708 right now. So 3,500 is doable, I believe.
Yeah.
By the end of the year. So if you're not subscribed to me already, you can do at K5QBF, youtube.com/at K5QBF. We got about 50 some odd videos up there. Give me a subscription, a thumbs up, a high five. I appreciate all that. And also thanks, Jason, for having me in here tonight.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Scott wants to know if we'll be on All-Star After Chat. This is my Supermon page. You can go to hamradio2.com/all-star and bring up this page and see who's on there. And KC5HWB on the All-Star system.
We just got a beautiful hum on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. This is the new Wax On 4 band.
Ooh.
WKJ's in there. So we just, this is the new quad band, 220, 6 meters, 2 meter 440 that I got from Buy Two Way Radios. I recorded a video on this. I'll post it later this week. I like it so far. It does not do full transmit power on 220 and 6 meters. It does like one. No, I'm just live streaming right now, man, talking to people in the chat. So I'll be right back with you. Thanks, man. KC5HWB. Sorry about the buzz. So, nope, not done. It does about 1 watt on 6 meters, and it does about 1.5 watts on 220. And then it does like 6 to 7 watts on 2 meters and 440. So I'm happy with that. But I wish it would kind of do more on 220. I was kind of disappointed with that part of it. But overall, it's good. I've not had any front end rejection or any kind of birdies or anything with it yet. So more testing to come with time. But it's so far so good on that. So, and it's very beefy. It's a very solid feeling radio. So that's the thing there. Yeah, join us on All Star if you like. 43136. I see a couple people on Echo Link that have joined, and I'm trying to remember my Echo Link number. I don't remember what it is right now. 55779.
But let me get you to your tab. Your Echo Link number is 875510. 875110.
Yeah, 875110.
That's
Shane,
Echo Link. Your All-Star node is 43136.
Correct, 43136. Shane, you can put your link to your channel in the chat if you want to. Somebody was asking about it.
Yeah.
So
some co-host is sleeping on the job over here.
That's right. Yeah. What do we keep you around for, Frank?
Exactly.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks once again for tonight. It's always fun. These AMAs are really fun, and we're going to do them once a month starting today. This is a regularly scheduled program.
Launch.
Tune in next month. Same bat time, same bat channel. So that is the thing. So see you tomorrow. Yeah, make sure to make a note for Monday Night Ham Radio tomorrow night, and we will see you guys then. So 73, everybody wave goodbye.
Bye.
See you guys.